Okay, welcome to SAT question of the week. Got a fill-in on a no calculator section. Good question here. One I like deals with a little bit of working with numbers, understanding of radicals. SAT loves to test you on your understanding of the rules of exponents. So let's just take a look here. Basically, easiest way to solve this is to simplify this so that we could just plug in x. You can do plug in x for 2, but problem is square root of 2. Square root of 2 gives you a decimal answer. So once we're not able to work with a calculator, the decimal answer is not going to help us, so we have to change this around a bit. So let's take a look at what square root of x is actually equal to as an exponent. It's actually equal to x to the 1/2. And then cube root of x is actually equal to x to the 1/3. And if you look at your rules of exponents, if I have variables, same variables multiplying with exponents, I'm essentially adding those exponents. That's the rule here. So in this case, this would be x to the 1/2 plus 1/3, which would give me x to the 3/6 plus 2/6, which would give me x to the 5/6. So now if I'm rewriting this, this is x to the 5/6 raised to a 6th power. Now, another rule of exponent here is if I have an exponent raised to another power, that's actually multiplying those two exponents to give you an x to the 6. A little bit different here, where here you're adding, here we're multiplying. So in this, technically what I'm doing is x to the 5/6 times 6, which is really 6 over 1, which could be written as x to the 30, 5 times 6, 30 over 6, which reduces to x to the 5th. Now that I've simplified this to be x to the 5th, I could just basically say, well, x to the 5th, plug in my 2 here, 2 to the 5th, which is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. I think we all know that. 4 times 4, I'll simplify that, times 2, 16 times 2, 32. And then plug in my answer here. Now again, we're looking at this. Okay, plugging in 2 doesn't help. Calculator, yes, this would be easy. I could just plug in 2, but since this is a no calculator section, actually I'm gonna have to work with some of the numbers here. And I'm gonna have to change this, my square root of x times square root of 3, into our work. Have to change it into something a little bit simpler to work with, and only way you could do that is with some number manipulation, changing the square root of x to x to the 1/2, changing the cube root to x to the 1/3. That's the key piece right here. This is your key piece that you want to work with. Hope you enjoyed.